Hi everybody. So this game doesn't really have a name. I just used to play it with my parents when I was very young. But the point of this game, like I mentioned, is to make points in multiples of five. So the first person who starts the game is usually the person that has the 5-5. And that person will start off with 10 points automatically because that's 10 points. So the next person, in dominoes, you're supposed to put this number is supposed to match up with something that is already on the board. So I can play this tile, I can play this tile, I can play this tile. Anything that has a 5 on it that I can match up here, I can put. So right here, the smartest thing to do, because I want to add up the ends to add up to multiples of 5, I would actually play this 5-0. Because if I put this 5-0 here, now I add up the tips, 0 and 10. Now this person would get 10 points, okay? The person after this could either match up a 0 here, right? Or some random 5 on this side. So the point of this game is to match up the ends. This person would get 2 points, but since it's not a multiple of 5, they actually don't get the points. You only get the points if it's a multiple of 5. So if we continue playing this game, for example, if I take a look at the tile 0, 3, I could put it here in the end to possibly get points. So let's look for the 0 and the 3. Where's the 0, 3? I don't see it. There it is, 0, 3. So if I put the 0, 3 here, now the tips add up to 3 plus 2 is 5. So I would get 5 points right there. Now, in this game, whenever you put a number that has 2 of the same number, for example, a 3, 3, you would put it sideways like this. Every other tile, you just put it regularly like this, right? So for example, if I have the 2, 2, I would put it sideways like that. And then everything else would just keep going, right? So you could actually switch things up depending on how much space you have. So for example, here, you see how I'm running out of space and they're going to fall off the table. You could actually possibly just do this, right? So that would be the same thing. You would still just be adding the tips. The 2 and the 3, that would give me 5 points, right? There is also one special rule. Only for the 5-5 can you add things on the sides, and then you can continue to make points that way. So for example, right here, there's a 2 and a 3. I could actually put a 5 here, and now there's 3 tips. There's a 2, a 4, and a 3, which adds up to 9 points. Okay, only for the 5 can you do this. So for example, you could also put this one here, and now you have 4 tips to add up. 2, 4, 3, and 1, which actually adds up to 10. That would give me 10 points, right? So at the end of the game, everybody starts off with 7 tiles, by the way. It's a 4-player game. You can play with 3, and let's say that these are my tiles, right? And let's say that this one wasn't there. If these are my tiles and I have nothing else to put, and it's only a 3-player game, that means that there should be some tiles left over here. There should be like 7, right? So I would just get a random tile. I look at it, and if it still doesn't match anything, then my turn ends. But if it does match, then I can just put it there, right? But since you guys will most likely be playing 4-player games, 4 times 7 would be 28. So that means that there should be no tiles left over. And if you don't have anything to put, you just pass, right? Your turn ends there. So at the end, let's say that I finish off my tiles, right? I have no more tiles left. That's when that match ends. So let's say my opponents still have a couple of tiles left. Let's say I have 3 opponents and they have those tiles left, right? What I would do is add up their tiles, and then I would add those points, round them off like to the nearest 5, and then add those points to myself. So this would be 4, that would be 10, that's 14, and then 7, that's 21. So I would give myself 20 points. So that's what you do, and then you just basically flip them all over again, right? All of these tiles should be flipped over. Just pretend they're all flipped over, just for the sake of time. You mix them up. Right? Just mix them up. They should all be flipped. You can't see anything. You mix them up. And then you grab 7. Another person grabs 7. Another person grabs 7. Another person grabs 7. Right? And that's how you start. 7, 7, 7, 7. And then again, the person that has the 5-5 will begin first. Where's the 5-5? Wherever it is. Oh, it's right here. So whoever has this 5-5 will actually start first. So that's how you play the game. The way that you would keep score every dash would represent 5 points. This other dash represents another 5 points. So if you see an X, that means that you have 10 points. Then you would make X's inside of that X as well. So let's say that I get another 15 points. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, right? That's 15 points. Let's say I get another additional 5 points. 5, right? So if I count the score, that big X represents 10, 20, 30, right? This would be 35. This would be 40, 45, 50, right? So if you have an X full like that, that means that you have 50 points. Once you have 2 X's, then you win the game because that's 100 points, right? So that's how you keep score. And then you just put like your name here, for example, Sanchez, so I know that these are mine, right? But that's about it. If you have any questions, let me know.